From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Good Monday morning. Hope everyone had a fantastic weekend. Right now you're taking a live look at Yakima. This view coming courtesy of Bimart. A very pretty sunrise up in the sky this morning. There are some clouds. We will have a little chance of some showers today, not really in the valley, but more so in the basin and in the foothills, and especially in the blues. Winds will be noticeable for this morning. We've heard our building shaking as it is a little bit gusty out there for the foothills, for the basin, and also for the valleys. And these are going to be persistent throughout the day and throughout the night, by the way. Okay, temperatures in the 60s and 50s for lower elevations, 40s in the Cascades, 40s and 50s in the blues. Your day planner forecast for today could have, like I mentioned, a little chance of a shower, primarily in the basin during the morning. I think we could also maybe see a few sprinkles in the foothills, but the bulk of the shower and thunderstorm coverage today mainly going to be in the blue. So bottom line for the forecast, like I mentioned, a little chance of a shower for the basin and foothill for today. The next more substantial round of showers and thunderstorms is going to hold off until Wednesday and Thursday. And you've probably noticed it. It's a pretty cool stretch that we find ourselves in for now, but trending hotter into the weekend. I'll tell you just how hot coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, the Osprey Point project, which was set to break ground earlier this year, may now not do that until the end of the year. We have the details on what's causing the delays coming up.
And a heads up for drivers in Pasco, you'll have to deal with traffic on Broadmoor and Sandifer a little bit longer. We've just for how long and why coming up.
Plus, the August primary election ends soon, and one hot race is in Benton County for a Kennewick City Council position. We have all those details on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
I'm Jade Elliott. It is Monday, August 4th. And of course, we have a lot of news to get to once again this morning as we start with a follow-up talking about the Osprey Point project. It's set to be a mixed-use center in Pasco for businesses and restaurants. Originally, it was meant to break ground earlier this year, but now we're learning that groundbreaking might not even happen until the end of the year.
And it's a project that's taken years of planning. Apple Valley News Now's Caleb Stipkovitz has more on what exactly is holding up the project and also how officials plan to speed up the process.
I'm standing on 55 acres of open land in Pasco, which is soon to be home to the Osprey Point project. Planning for the project began before the pandemic, when JMS Construction proposed buying and developing the land to the Port of Pasco, the owner of the 55-acre property. After going through several designs, JMS landed on one that will build condos, high-rises, and hotels, including space for restaurants, businesses, and underground parking. JMS Construction owner James Sexton says the project also aims to build an upgraded waterfront and an indoor market.
Our overall plan is to hopefully have that people can live here, can work here, can play here, exercise, all that kind of stuff.
After delays caused by the pandemic, Sexton says he hoped to speed up the process. But in doing so, he says that he jumped over a couple critical steps in his agreement with the Port of Pasco, which caused a setback. The Port of Pasco says that JMS still has two key items to complete before it can push the project forward.
Where we're at right now is there's a critical step where permitting needs to come through, where the applicant, JMS, has to go through the city to basically get permission to lay utilities and make sure that the traffic plan is in line with what the city allows.
Sexton says he has set up meetings with the city of Pasco in the upcoming weeks to take care of those two steps. Once those tasks are complete, JMS can submit its paperwork to break ground for the project and start buying more of the land, something Sexton hopes can be achieved in the next month.
But in all reality, we're probably 3 weeks away from from having the permission to break ground. Purchasing, sell takes a little bit of time.
The Port of Pasco says that after construction is up and running, it will take about 8 to 10 years to complete the project. Reporting from Pasco, Caleb Stipkovitz, Apple Valley News Now.
Now, if approved, construction for the project will be done in phases after each part of the land is purchased.
We'll, of course, keep you updated on any changes. For previous coverage on the project, you can visit our website, applevalleynewsnow.com. 5:04 now, and drivers in Pasco, listen up to this. Road construction along Broadmoor Boulevard and Sandifer Parkway could take a little longer than expected. Crews have been installing concrete islands to serve as road dividers. The project started on July 7th. It's a part of a broader effort to improve traffic flow and safety in that growing area of Broadmoor. Now, the project was supposed to wrap up on Thursday, but city officials and contractors say more work is still needed to be done.
So people have been really gracious and really careful around our crews so far, and we appreciate that so much. We're asking people to continue being patient with us for a little bit longer.
So the lane closures are now expected to remain in place until about August 23rd. They say that date is kind of fluid. It could change depending on progress and just how quickly they're able to get things done.
Now to crime news out of Hermiston, an arrest is made after a multi-agency operation. The Umatilla County Sheriff's Office served a search warrant. This all happened Friday morning off Bridge Road, and officials say loud bangs could be heard in the area and were the result of a less lethal deployment by a specifically trained tactical team. They say no lethal shots on rounds were used and no one was hurt, but we are working to learn on who the suspect is and also what charges they may face.
5:06 now. The August primary election is just a day away. One hot race in Benton County. That is for the Kennewick City Council position 3.
Apple Valley News Now's Monique Garcia says there are 3 candidates running for that position. 2 would be new faces to the board if elected.
Running for re-election is John Trudeau, and running against him this year are Douglas Perez and Warren Hughes, both local business owners and residents in the city of Kennewick.
Ran originally to hold government accountable and to try to do good for this side of town, which is the east side of Kennewick. And the work is not done, but more importantly, accountability is never done. So I'm choosing to do that. And I also think that we have some new issues.
Where I currently run my business, so I do have my business running in Kennewick, so I want to have a voice as well. We know that 30% of the population of Kennewick is now Hispanic, and there's not a single representation of the Hispanic community. We're the blood life of the working families here in the Kennewick area, and so I think I wanted to be a voice for them.
I live and have a business in the 3rd Ward, and after attending city council meetings last year, a lot of them, I decided that it was time to get up there and do something.
Hughes says he thinks he's put in the work to throw his hat in the fight.
I showed up. I've been going to a lot of council meetings where I'm the only one that shows up, and there is something to be said for just being in regular attendance and paying attention, and I've taken notes. I have a bunch of management experience from my previous career, and just from observing what's been going on, I think that I have a useful voice to add to it.
Perez says he believes he'd be able to represent every voice in the community.
I think the element of being a Hispanic, working with a small business owner in the downtown corridor of Kennewick, I think I have a voice of, seeing the day-to-day operations, as well as having my business there. I see what goes on during the day and during the night, as well as having some construction background.
Trudeau says he's already got a topic he wants to tackle if reelected.
Let's talk about financial priorities for a moment. I will be focused very strongly on spending the money for the right things. We have a capacity to have bonded indebtedness up to, it was $183 million, and that's allowed by state law. And just recently, less than a month ago, we took a $50 million bite out of that to expand the convention center, and we have another $35 million that we're going to have to bite to take care of the City Hall facilities, which are aging and need to be replaced.
Perez and Hughes say they have their own goals they believe represent the community.
Work with the current City Council and incoming City Council as well to see important issues, as well as balancing the budget, as well as capital improvements that they're going to be doing, specifically the downtown City Hall, that improvement, and then as well as seeing how the convention is starting to roll out.
Seeking consensus. Nothing gets done if everybody's fighting all the time. So while I have some goals and visions for things I'd like to do for downtown and the 3rd Ward, I have to balance that with the interests of the other 7 council members, create coalitions, and try and do something productive. Ultimately, our job is to be productive for the citizens of Kennewick.
Trumbo also has ideas on how to improve the downtown area.
I've been here in Kennewick since the summer of 2000, and I'm telling you, downtown Kennewick is no better off today than it was 25 years ago. And the reason for that hasn't been on the fault of the historic Downtown Kennewick Partnership or those who've had ideas. It's largely because there are people in downtown Kennewick who have held property there for a long time, and they don't seem to be interested in seeing any change. That's the problem. You've heard the saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink.
A reminder, the last day to make your vote count through a ballot drop box is on August 5th at 8 p.m. Reporting in Kennewick, Monique Garcia, Apple Valley News Now.
Thank you, Monique. Now, the only top two candidates will advance to the general election, and the other candidate will be out of the race.
And a reminder again, like you just heard, that last day to make your vote count for the primary election is tomorrow, August 5th by 8 p.m.
All right, keep it here because coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, a controversial new congressional map in Texas could help the GOP turn more congressional seats red. And Democrats are protesting, even leaving the state to postpone a vote. All those details are coming up in your national news.
But first, I want to give you a live look outside this morning on this Monday from our Bi-Mart camera in Yakima. It is 10 minutes after 5, and when we come back, we'll check in with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth in your First Alert forecast.
Overturf Kia has officially relocated to Pasco, offering faster service and a brand new state-of-the-art facility designed for maximum customer service satisfaction. Experience? Drive-in climate-controlled service entrance for comfort and convenience. Expanded service capability with top-of-the-line bays to serve you better and faster. Comprehensive parts department. Relaxing customer lounge and refreshments. Great selection of high-quality and warranty-backed certified pre-owned Kias. Larger new car inventory with over 100 vehicles in stock, including hard-to-find hybrids and EVs, all ready to drive home. Grand opening specials include a new 2025 Kia K4 LXS with all the popular options, just $23,015. Shop online anytime. Overturf Kia, south of the Road 100 roundabout on St. Thomas Drive in Pasco.
Form or function? Should we push the timeline? Will it hold?
Should we outsource? What do you think?
Do you engineer it to work? Or design it to move? Give them what they want.
It needs to be taller, faster,
even cheaper. Or take things to new places. You've got to build the right team. No, that's the one. Revise it, redo it, develop it. Keep pushing until it's right.
Introducing the business card that gives back all you put in. The new Chase Sapphire Reserve for Business.
Get ready to party with Dickerson's Tri-City Pianos. We're turning 6, and the celebration is happening on August 20th from 11 to 3 p.m. Swing by for a day packed with amazing live piano music, lively mini performances, and a whole lot of fun. We've got giveaways, awesome anniversary discounts, and outdoor games, perfect for the whole family. Bring your love of music for a joyful community celebration you won't want to miss. Let's make some noise and celebrate Dickerson's Tri-City Piano's 6 fantastic years of pianos and music together.
Hi, I'm Christine Connolly, local realtor with As You Wish Real Estate Team. I offer negotiable commission, 100% free staging, and top-notch marketing. I'm a proud sponsor of Operation Best Friend. Remember, you only get one chance to make a first impression. As you wish.
We're raising the stakes.
We have a chance to win $500,000.
What the?
I'm excited to see the phony relationships ripping apart at the seams. It was nice knowing you guys.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Today is going to be an interesting forecast as it's going to be partly to mostly cloudy for most of us, but we will have much more sunshine in the valleys and these little chances of showers and thunderstorms. Very small shower chances in the basin and in the foothills, and about 40% chances of thunderstorms up in the blues. And then in terms of high temperatures for today, low to mid 80s for a lower elevation, so about 10 degrees cooler than normal for this time of the year. We continue to be cooler than normal. We've been in this extended stretch of that now. And then for tonight, skies starting to clear out a bit. Definitely much drier at this point. Could maybe have a leftover shower up in the Blues or up towards the Palouse, but that's about it. And then overnight lows are going to be down into the 50s for our lower elevations, 40s and 50s up in the mountains. Okay, here's Futurecast satellite and radar, kind of the lay of the land weather-wise over the next few days, and we're dealing with some of these smaller shower chances, shower and thunderstorm chances for today because of this low pressure, but that is going to exit out of here. And so for tomorrow, looking pretty dry. That's going to be a reprieve as we have this next storm system that's building off in the Pacific. And as this approaches into Wednesday and Thursday, shower and thunderstorm chances going to go back up. So I will show you some of those chances. Also in terms of the active weather for today, I'll time that out with Futurecast, and I'll touch on the fire potential, of course. So all that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Josh, thanks so much. 5:15 in your national headlines this morning. The fight over a controversial new congressional map in Texas that could help the GOP turn more congressional seats red is heating up. The Democrats are protesting even leaving the state to postpone the vote. Now other governors are threatening to take similar action in several states. ABC's Nicole D'Antonio is in Washington with the latest.
This morning, Texas Governor Greg Abbott threatening to remove Democratic state lawmakers from office if they don't return to the state capitol this afternoon. Video shared on social media shows dozens of Democratic lawmakers leaving the state to delay a controversial Republican-led push supported by President Trump to redraw the congressional map in cities including Austin, Houston, and Dallas. The Texas Attorney General has said lawmakers could be arrested.
The House rules and the Senate rules both allow for these people to be arrested if they leave.
The proposed map could shift 5 congressional seats to Republicans and help them keep their razor-thin House majority. Texas state Democrats say the move is a racial gerrymander aimed at diluting Black and Latino voters and is bigger than just one state.
This is a national issue. Even though this is Texas specific, it's impacted the entire country. The balance of democracy hinges on potentially what happens in Texas with these 5 seats that President Trump said he needed to steal to keep a slim Republican majority in the House.
Former U.S. Attorney General Eric Holder, who chairs the National Democratic Redistricting Committee, urging Democrats to put up a fight and stop it.
This is an authoritarian move by the White House to try to make sure that they can rig the election, the midterm elections, in 2026. And so I think that a Democratic response that is responsible, that is responsive, and that is temporary is appropriate.
Many flying to New York, Massachusetts, Illinois, and elsewhere, where Democratic governors are considering redrawing their congressional maps to counter the one being drawn in Texas.
We know that you are making great sacrifices to resist the power grab that's being perpetrated by Donald Trump, by Governor Abbott, and by Texas Republicans.
And now Texas Republicans argue that the new map is legal and is being redrawn for political reasons, not racial ones. Of course, keep you updated. All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Coming up next, checking back in with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth. He'll have your first alert forecast coming up after the break as we give you that live look outside from our Bi-Mart camera in Yakima. It is 5:18. When we come back, your full forecast and what you can expect as we make our way into the week.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. Hit by a big truck? I know how to beat their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
Got a family reunion in the works? Make it unforgettable at Beaver Valley Lodge. With cozy rooms, beautiful mountain views, and plenty of space to gather, it's the perfect place to reconnect and make new memories. Book direct with us and get 10% off. That means more savings for barbecues, bonfires, and all those late-night laughs. So skip the middleman and book direct today, because great reunions start with the perfect place to stay. Beaver Valley Lodge. Come as a guest and leave as a friend.
An accident can shatter your life. The award-winning team at Tamaki Law can put your life back together.
I'm attorney Brian Smith.
And I'm attorney Megan Hale. Thank you for voting us Yakima's first choice for personal injury, civil law, and best overall law firm.
We are honored and grateful to be part of this amazing community.
If you've been seriously injured, call Tamaki Law and get your life back.
Life's better when you're under our roof.
takeoff!
Because we know your house is more than a home.
Whoa!
It's where their dreams take flight.
Hey, Dad!
And when you feel protected, your family can dream fearlessly.
How's it going, Captain?
A-OK.
Bundle life and save up to 25% on home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
STCU and Apple Valley News Now continue to honor volunteers by sharing their stories and awarding their charities $1,000 each. If you know someone in Benton and Franklin counties who is making a difference and taking that extra step to make our communities better, please tell us about them today. Just click on Volunteers Count on the contest tab at applevalleynewsnow.com for the STCU Volunteers Count nomination form. Volunteers Count from STCU and Apple Valley News Now.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. Hit by a big truck? I know how to be their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariana Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
Benton City to Richland on the Yakima River. Fly the Northwest Tuesday. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's go ahead and time out the rest of today with Futurecast radar. We're going to put this into motion, and by 8 this morning you can see just a few showers in the Blue Mountains and the Blue Foothills around lunchtime. Maybe some of that spreading into the basin. Granted, it looks like we're going to stay pretty dry in the basin for today, and then into the afternoon, that's when we're going to have our best chances of thunderstorms in the Blue Mountains. We'll talk about the fire start potential here in just a second, but by 8 p.m., looks like we're going to be dry, and we will continue to keep it dry as we head into tomorrow. All right, vegetation dryness for today, specifically where we have lightning in the forecast, which is in the blues. Going to be an elevated level of dryness and still critically dry in the Cascades and the upper Yakima Basin. Winds today going to be a factor for both today and tonight, especially in the Kittitas Valley. Some of those peak gusts around 40 miles per hour, especially at the peak of daytime heating, 4, 5, 6 p.m. Then in the valley, sometimes we get a rush of winds as we head into the evening. Then for tomorrow, this is not the same graphic. Well, it's the same graphic, but it's for a different day. Tuesday and Tuesday night. You see, once again, we're going to have widespread gusty conditions, but like I mentioned, we'll keep it dry for Tuesday, but then for Wednesday, a different storm system. This time, thunderstorms looking likely in the Cascades, small thunderstorm chances in the valleys, maybe some sprinkles making it down to some lower elevations. And in terms of the fire start potential for Wednesday, just an elevated level of dryness. We more so get concerned when we see lightning over critically or significantly dry fuels. And then for Thursday, more widespread thunderstorm chances, shower and thunderstorm chances at this point, but only spanning 10 to 40%. The best chances of thunderstorms going to be in the Blues and in the Cascades, maybe some thunderstorms for the Blue Foothills. And once again, vegetation dryness only at that elevated level. So not too concerned about the fire potential for this week. It's not going to be zero per usual in the month of August, but we are not as concerned this week as we were for last week. Our forecast trends drier for Friday and beyond, and it's going to trend hotter as well, staying below average. Pretty cool for this time of the year through Friday, but then heating it back up for Saturday and Sunday. Here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Small shower chances Monday and Thursday, staying relatively cool for early August until heated up this weekend. In Yakima, dry for Monday and Tuesday, but low wind shower and thunderstorm chances for Wednesday and Thursday. In Ellensburg, also tracking some more unsettled weather for the middle and end of the week, then hotter and drier into the weekend. In Hermiston, mid-80s through Friday with a little chance of a shower on Thursday, back into the 90s by Saturday and Sunday. And finally for Walla Walla, a chance of a shower or two today, maybe the potential for a thunderstorm on Thursday, then hotter and drier for the weekend.
A little bit of a cool down.
Yeah, a little bit of everything this week.
Yeah.
It was cool yesterday and it felt so nice. It was a nice reprieve from the heat that we've just been getting. So I enjoyed that.
This little breeze coming
I know
through.
you like the heat.
I do.
Yeah.
Well, because it's summer.
But again, something for you, something for me, something for
everyone.
Yeah.
Dare I say, it was a little fall-like yesterday morning.
Yes,
it was cloudy.
I loved it.
Whoa.
She was
I thought
agreeing
it was fall-like because it was
so
like
I'm not
breezy.
crazy.
I'm like, oh, okay, this is nice.
I'm not ready for it yet.
I'm not really ready either.
Yeah,
but
Here we are. It's still out here.
Still summer.
Yeah, it's still summer. On Good Morning Northwest, Stevie Nicks announcing that she's postponing her concerts scheduled for this month and next. We have the reason why and more coming up in your entertainment headlines.
J.D. Power has ranked Nissan #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands. And to celebrate, you can now get in one of these award-winning SUVs with 0% APR for 60 months. The all-new turbocharged Nissan Murano, the rugged Nissan Pathfinder, and the best-selling Nissan Rogue. Visit Nissan today and drive away in an award-winning SUV.
Now get 0% APR financing for 60 months on the 2025 Nissan Rogue, Pathfinder, or Murano.
Stay busy this summer with the City of Pasco. Enjoy open swim at Memorial Aquatic Park from 1 to 5:45 p.m. every day, with lap swim weekdays at noon, or sign up for swim lessons throughout the summer. Join the all-ages Beat the Heat Run Walk Club on Wednesday mornings to earn entries for an end-of-summer prize drawing. Check out free, family-friendly movies and music at Pasco Parks, plus many more activities and events, all listed online at pascoparksandrec.com.
I'm Eduardo Morfin. Morfin Law Firm thanks you for 5 years of support. Remember, when choosing an attorney, select a local attorney that supports your local community.
Good Shepherd provides the most up-to-date orthopedic care available. Our team of experienced board-certified surgeons, physiatrists, and podiatrists are capable of fulfilling your orthopedic needs. Services include precise joint replacements, sports medicine, all orthoscopic shoulder and knee repairs, fracture care, hand surgery, and foot and ankle care. We are here to help you with your pain and maximize your body's performance and function. Good Shepherd Orthopedics in Hermiston. Patients first, always.
Hey there, cool cats and groovy gals. Looking for a place where the good times roll? Cruise into Town Square Adult Day Center in Kennewick, where the jukebox is jumping and the vibes are always good. Games, music, laughs, and a crew that treats you like solid gold. Way more fun than sitting at home watching the tube. Don't be a square. Make every day a blast from the past. Check out our early enrollment specials. Town Square Adult Day Center, where feeling young at heart is always in style.
If you have been injured in an accident and feel you have a legitimate claim, remember, our courthouses were built and our legal system developed for the purpose of resolving disputes. Allen Brecky Law Offices emphasize the rights of accident victims.
Operation Best Friend, sponsored by the Manthei Group Cross Country Mortgage.
Welcome back. 5:27 in your entertainment headlines this morning. Rapper Soulja Boy is in trouble with the law.
Soulja Boy, don't tell him. Well, police in LA, California arrested him early yesterday morning after a traffic stop. Investigators say Soulja Boy, whose real name is DeAndre Cortez Way, was a passenger in a car that officers had pulled over.
A search of the vehicle showed the singer had a gun. Police later booked him on a felony charge.
It's unclear what prompted the initial traffic stop. Soulja Boy rocketed to fame in 2007 with that smash hit, Crank That Soulja Boy. Thank you for that. That was good.
On Saturday night, the 35-year-old celebrated his birthday at a nightclub in LA, but hours later is when police arrested him.
The arrest comes months after a jury ordered him to pay nearly $4 million to a former assistant who claimed in a civil suit that Soulja Boy sexually assaulted her.
You all the way to jail.
A lot going on there. Okay, well,
lots to unpack. But in more entertainment news, what's happening?
In other entertainment news, pop singer Stevie Nicks has announced that she is postponing concerts that had been scheduled for August and September because she broke her shoulder. She posted the news just over the weekend on social media.
The 77-year-old says she plans on rescheduling the concerts. Her tour was supposed to start in Brooklyn, New York on August 8th, but now her first show will take place October 1st in Portland, Oregon.
The one-time Fleetwood Mac member urged people to hold on to their tickets if they plan to attend one of the postponed shows. Nick says those tickets can be used when new dates are scheduled.
Good. What was she doing to break her shoulder?
I don't even know. Dancing?
Was she out there dancing?
Not me moving my shoulder
Stevie.
as I say that. Like, I don't know. Some kind of, I don't know.
I think that she would be like, as she was preparing for tour, she'd be like walking around in a bubble.
You got to stretch, I'd be stretching at 31.
I think her shoulder hurt from carrying Fleetwood Mac. There are a lot of talented people in the group. So
Okay.
No
That was a good
disrespect to
one,
Lindsey Buckingham.
I'm sure he's watching.
I think so.
All right. Still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. A college is shifting gears to help fill a growing need for truck drivers. We have where this is happening and more top stories coming up. But first, here's your Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, Nintendo is raising prices. The cost of the original Switch console jumped $40 over the weekend, up to $340. The company isn't changing the price of the recently released Switch 2, but says it may in the future. Apple is reportedly in the early stages of developing a search experience similar to ChatGPT, aimed at answering general knowledge questions. Bloomberg says Apple is also exploring a standalone app for the feature. New job listings appear to be in line with the project. And finally, the man known as the godfather of AI says he thinks the technology may eventually invent its own language that humans can't understand. Geoffrey Hinton warned artificial intelligence has already shown it can think terrible thoughts. He says a new language wouldn't be a surprise. Will their new language have a word that uses all the vowels, including Y? Unquestionably. Those are your Tech Bites.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first.
Is that your car?
Yeah. No. No.
Like you know to check your sunroof is closed first, before going through the car wash.
Dang it.
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first, then save when you click or call. You're in good hands with Allstate.
When you really need to sleep, you reach for the really good stuff. ZzzQuil Ultra helps you sleep better and longer when you need it most. It's non-habit forming and powered by the makers of NyQuil. ZzzQuil Ultra, when you really, really need to sleep.
Kellogg's cereal. Grain, sugar, salt, malt. That's it, in case you were wondering. Plus vitamins and minerals. Oh, and ice cold milk.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good Monday morning. Thanks so much for waking up with us, joining us here for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jade Elliott.
I'm Jessica DeLal.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
Yikes.
Yikes
I don't
is
make eye contact
right.
with him.
Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs.
I have the plague up here, guys.
What happened?
Okay.
I'm gonna scoot over this way a little more.
We don't want to catch the losing.
I've lost 3 in a row now in the 3-degree guarantee. I lost it by a lot. This should count as a couple.
Back to, the high you got that one time. Was it 1,500? Yeah.
Yeah, that was 60 days in a row, so now we're...
So, yeah. So with that being said, you've lost now 3 days.
Friday, went with forecast high of 93. Safe to say, that didn't happen. It's 11 degrees.
You
so
get
no
nothing,
one,
you lose.
Exactly. No one gets anything. For today, I got a much better feeling about today. Forecast high of 85 in Pasco Tri-Cities. If it verifies between 82 to 88, the jackpot's going to hit $25. If that doesn't happen, I'm going to be in a tough mood tomorrow morning. So you can go to AppleValleyNewsNow.com, click on the contest page, and see how to win future jackpots when there's eventually some more money in there. All right, right now you're taking a live look at Richland. This view coming courtesy of the Legends Casino and Hotel as well. Camera shaking a little bit for this morning as the winds are picking up. I would probably argue that the wind gusts are a little bit stronger than 8 miles per hour right now in the Tri-Cities. Will probably split the difference between what we're seeing in the Tri-Cities and Hermiston. But breezy throughout the day. They're going to be pretty persistent gusts throughout the day. And then temperatures 50s and 60s for this morning. 40s in the Cascades, 40s and 50s in the Blues. Here's your hour-by-hour forecast for today for the Tri-Cities. Little chance of some showers today, mainly before lunchtime. After that, we should be drier, but it's still going to be a mostly cloudy day, maybe getting more sunshine as we head into the late afternoon and early evening. So for today, these highs are going to be about 10 degrees cooler than normal for this time of the year. I'll take you on that zone-by-zone tour of today's forecast coming up in a few minutes.
Thanks so much, Josh. We start this half hour of news in Walla Walla, actually, where one college is shifting gears to help fill a growing need for truck drivers.
Walla Walla Community College is expanding its commercial driving program by partnering with area high schools. So the college is working with districts like Connell, Kiona-Benton, and others to bring CDL training to high school students. The goal is to give students hands-on experience and also a direct path into the workforce after graduation. Instructors say this kind of early exposure is making a big difference.
Just a great thing. An 18-year-old that can go out right after high school and start making, $25 an hour right after CDL training is a pretty big deal.
So program officials say they are always looking for ways to grow the program, especially among students. Also in Walla Walla, the county sheriff's office says they have been charged with the enforcement of some new parking regulations within the county. The Board of County Commissioners recently signed Ordinance 503, revising the county's parking regulations. Officials say it amended and expanded Walla Walla County Code Title 10. Signs are now on county roads, and officials say they have the discretion to issue civil infractions, but they also add that they will be reasonable in their enforcement of the code. If you have one of the green stickers on your vehicle, officials say you'll have 24 hours to move it before it is towed at your expense.
Now to environment news. A new federal disaster designation could be a lifeline for farmers in Southeast Washington. Our very own Dan Hansen explains that with drought conditions stretching into another year, irrigation is helping some producers stay ahead while others look to federal help.
Drought has been a constant companion for farmers in Southeast Washington, but a new USDA disaster declaration, which is triggered when drought designations hit a certain level, is opening the door to emergency loans, giving producers a chance to rebuild and recover.
So in Garfield and Whitman, and then the contiguous ones are any that share a border with those three, including Franklin County, even though it only shares a little bit of the border. So for those ones, this type of disaster declaration opens up emergency loans.
But for farmers who have access to irrigation, the outlook is a little different. It's not a perfect solution, but it's buying time in a tough season.
Between the river system and the Columbia Basin Irrigation Project, we are blessed to have irrigation, which we can grow anything we want. The area that doesn't have irrigation and with this drought declaration, for sure, they're going to be really hurting.
The USDA says farmers should apply as soon as possible. The deadline is March 26th, and for those without irrigation, these loans could be a critical tool to weather future seasons. The emergency credit can also help farmers restructure their operations to better handle the drought in the future, including looking into new water management strategies. Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
Thank you, Dan. And farmers can apply for the USDA emergency loans through their local Farm Service Agency office. Again, the deadline is March 16th next year.
537, taking you to Yakima, where over 120 Yakima homes are being connected to city water and sewer free of charge to residents. The city's grant-funded project targets underserved areas in northeast and south central Yakima, where utility service isn't available. Phase 1 is now underway, installing pipelines along the street. Phase 2 will connect homes directly. That should start in 2026. And then the city says replacing old wells and septic systems will improve water quality and protect public health. Construction is expected to wrap up late 2026.
Coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, it's back to school time, and we have how you can save money on school supplies for your kids. All those details are in just a few minutes.
And giving you a live look outside this morning from our Dust Devils camera in Pasco. It is 5:38 on this Monday. When we come back, Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth will have a look at your first alert forecast.
Judy Justice.
And I'm just getting started.
Today at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
Starting at $4.49, you can get one, make it a double, or go for 3 delicious patties. Go as big as you want with my Bonus Jack combo starting at $4.49. Now you can say you're loving it and actually mean it. Get so much more.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
At Smoke City for Less, we understand every smoker is unique. Explore our over 1,500 vape flavors and specialty curated selection of tobacco products. Your perfect flavor and blend awaits at any of Smoke City for Less 6 locations. Save your pennies. Smoke City for Less has the lowest prices. Find the best vape mods, batteries, kratom, and specialty products too. Our knowledgeable staff is always on hand to provide personalized recommendations. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
Right now, US Cellular makes it easy to switch and to get $1,000 off any phone with no trade-in.
No trade-in? But we're willing to trade in our teeth.
Nope, you don't have to trade your teeth in or an old phone.
I like that.
Yeah, your parents get an amazing deal.
I almost lost this one.
Yeah, you get to leave your tooth under your pillow.
For me, it's Tooth Fairy time.
Get $1,000 off any phone with no trade-in, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. US Cellular, built for us.
Dear unbreakable spirit, when the terrain is gnarly, you steady us. When obstacles are ahead, you lift us. When the turf is hostile, you inspire us. Own a legend. Toyota Trucks.
Right now, you can lease a rugged new Toyota Tacoma for just $299 a month. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
The first time you try Bounce, it hits you. Your laundry feels way fresher, softer. So you start to wonder, if I put a sheet of Bounce on the finance guy, will it make him softer? Bounce can't do it all. But for better laundry,
These dishes just aren't getting clean.
Problem isn't your machine. It's likely your detergent. I recommend switching to Cascade Platinum Plus. These new pods dissolve completely and have Dawn, breaking down up to 100% of tough stuck-on foods. Cascade Platinum Plus.
Starting at $4.49, you can get one, make it a double, or go for 3 delicious patties. Go as big as you want with my bonus jack combo starting at $4.49. Now you can say you're loving it and actually mean it. Get so much more. Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Salt and Peppa, loved by millions. And similar to what Taylor Swift went through, they're in a legal battle to regain control of their music catalog. Now this morning.
Just give me a little something. Here I go, here I go, here I go again.
They're on
Good Morning America.
Can the Severn Stars earn big bucks for charity?
I'm confident, although now I'm not.
Or will the guys from Community run away with it?
Can we keep the money ourselves?
Yeah.
You will go immediately to hell.
New Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? ABC Wednesday.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Right now you're taking a live look at Pasco. This view coming courtesy of the Dust Devils. Seeing some clouds up in the sky for this morning. It's going to end up being a mostly cloudy day, but the best chances of rainfall are going to be earlier in the day, mainly before lunchtime. After that, it's looking like it'll be pretty dry. So here is your zone-by-zone tour of today's forecast. We start off in Kittitas County. A little bit breezy/windy up this way. Peak gusts between 20 to 35 miles per hour. The strongest gusts, of course, going to be in the Kittitas Valley. Highs will be about 10 degrees cooler than normal for this time of the year. Mid-60s up towards the pass, low 80s in the Kittitas Valley. Then in the Yakima Valley, pretty consistently in the mid-80s up and down the valley. Where we're going to see the most sunshine for today is going to be in the Kittitas Valley and in the Yakima Valley. A little bit breezy in the Yakima Valley and a little bit breezy in the lower Columbia Basin as well. Gusts between 20 to 30 miles per hour. And like I mentioned, partly to mostly cloudy skies for the most part for the basin. These highs in the mid-80s. And then in the Blue Foothills, we're going to be around 80 for the Morrow County foothills and low to mid 80s for the foothills of Umatilla and Walla Walla County, 60s and 70s for the higher terrain of the Blue Mountains. And it's going to be in the Blues where we'll have the best chances of both showers and thunderstorms for today. We'll be drier into Tuesday, then shower and thunderstorm chances come back around for Wednesday and Thursday. I'll show you some of those chances, and I'll time out today's chances with Futurecast coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. All right, parents, listen to this. It's almost time, if you haven't already, to think about back-to-school shopping.
Yeah, the challenge with getting your kids ready for school, for the school year, is how do you get all the school supplies? How do you stay on budget? How do you get everything they need?
Yeah.
Well, there are some money-saving tips, and Melissa Adon has them.
As summer vacation turns the corner, soon classrooms will be filled with students, and now is the time for back-to-school shopping. Although consumers may be concerned about higher prices this year, shopping expert and mom Trey Bodge says having a good strategy can help you save.
First of all, take inventory, and it seems so obvious, but so many parents that I talk to don't do this. Go through the backpack, see if there are supplies that can be reused, maybe give the backpack a good wash, have the kids try on all their clothes. You just have to make it fun for them, have them give you a fashion show, and then really get a sense of what they need.
Back-to-school sales are underway with deals at retailers like Target, Walmart, and Amazon.
Instacart has something called Deal Week, which is August 11th through the 17th, where you can get a free lunch essential item every single day. Plus, from the 11th through September 2nd, you can get an exclusive 20% off at certain retailers, including Staples and Container Store.
Shopping secondhand can help save money on new-to-you clothes.
If you've got teens and tweens, they may resist this, but what I would suggest is show them what your budget is, take them to, say, a Goodwill or a Salvation Army, and show them how far that budget can go. It can go a long way if you're buying secondhand, and then maybe you buy a few new things as well.
And if you give your kids some power over their back-to-school shopping, you may be surprised by what smart shoppers they are.
So what I like to do is give them a gift card and let them shop for themselves. When they are shopping with their money versus your money, they will be so much more careful.
Melissa Adon, ABC News, Los Angeles.
I know you've started.
Yes.
For back-to-school shopping for the kiddos.
I did. And we're pretty much done.
Oh, good. Yay.
I know. And this is the first time ever in the history of my kids going to school that it hasn't been like the week before school and then all of a sudden they're like, oh,
I forgot something.
Or
that was me. I was like,
you didn't. You want a new outfit for the first day now? Like that's usually Jax, right? Like he doesn't realize that he does until
you don't know
it's
until
too
it's
late.
crunch time.
Like, I want a new outfit.
Yeah.
I'm like panic shopping.
Oh,
you know.
Goodness. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
but no, I'm good.
Godspeed.
I'm good this year.
Yay.
I know.
I love it.
I feel great about
and
it.
now you have some new tips.
Exactly.
But you probably already knew those.
Well, you know,
maybe some of them.
A little refresher course never hurts.
There we go.
All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. We have your morning sprint, everything you need to know before you head out the door this morning. And of course, Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth, he will have your full first alert forecast after the break as we give you a live look outside from our dust levels camera in Pasco. It is 5:46 on this Monday morning.
Since 1996, out of 9,900 inquiries, we took 7,000 cases. We give free consultations and free second opinions. Call us if you've been injured in an accident.
Call Allen Brecky Law Offices at 735-0546.
Bathfitter does showers? That's right. We offer a wide selection of beautiful and functional showers in all shapes and sizes. We can even convert your bath into a shower. How about that? With our seamless one-piece walls and hundreds of design options, you'll get a beautiful new shower to fit your needs, guaranteed for life. Bathfitter's been around for 40 years, and we've been experts at showers for just as long. Get yours today. Bathfitter, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Life's better when you're under our roof.
Ready for takeoff!
Because we know your house is more than a home.
Whoa!
It's where their dreams take flight.
Hey, Dad!
And when you feel protected, your family can dream fearlessly.
How's it going, Captain?
A-OK.
Bundle life and save up to 25% on home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Why do patients and families immediately think of Good Shepherd? They trust our knowledge and expertise. They value the compassionate care we provide. They feel like they are being taken care of by family. From our renowned doctors and top-of-the-line technology to our state-of-the-art facilities, Good Shepherd Healthcare System. Patients first, always.
Welcome to Nob Hill Casino, your premier gaming destination. Experience the thrill of a Vegas-style casino featuring the friendliest dealers in town. Join our Players Club and unlock exclusive rewards every time you play. Challenge your skills at our 16-lane bowling alley. Unwind with a drink at our cozy bar or enjoy breakfast, lunch, or dinner at the Last Frontier. The ultimate entertainment experience has something for everyone. Nob Hill Casino, where locals come to win.
Since 1996, out of 9,900 inquiries, we took 7,000 cases. We give free consultations and free second opinions. Call us if you've been injured in an accident.
Call Alan Brecky Law Offices at 735-0546.
Stacy Lee. First Alert Weather. Watch tonight. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's go ahead and time out the rest of your day with Futurecast. We put this into motion by 8 this morning. A few light showers possible in the Blue Foothills and the Blue Mountains around lunchtime. Maybe that's when some of it getting down into the lower Columbia Basin. Chances for precip going to be very small today in the basin. And then as we head into the afternoon, this is going to be the best time frame in which we'll see the best potential for thunderstorms in the Blue Mountains. After that, 8 p.m. looking dry. We'll continue to keep it dry throughout Tuesday. Okay, but for today, anytime there's lightning in the forecast, we want to check on vegetation dryness, especially where there's lightning in the forecast. And it's just going to be an elevated level of vegetation dryness in the Blue Mountains. Still critically dry, though, up in the Cascades and the upper Yakima Basin. Keep that in mind when we show you this. Peak wind gust forecast for both today and tonight. Wind gusts going to be persistent, and they will be fairly widespread across the map, especially windy in the Kittitas Valley. Then for tomorrow and for tomorrow night, once again, pretty gusty across the map, maybe a little bit less so this time, with the strongest gust being in the Kittitas Valley, this time closer to 30 miles per hour as opposed to 40 miles per hour. Like I mentioned, Tuesday going to be dry, but Wednesday, this is when shower and thunderstorm chances going to come back into the mix. Thunderstorms looking likely in the Cascades, low end chances of thunderstorms in the valleys, and then for the rest of us, probably just low end chances of rainfall. Vegetation dryness for Wednesday, still just that elevated level of dryness for much of the region. And then for Thursday, this is when thunderstorm chances, shower and thunderstorm chances become much more widespread, but they're not going to become greater. Still about 10 to 40% chances across the map. The best chances of thunderstorms going to be in the Blue Foothills, the Blue Mountains, and in the Cascades, especially in the upper Yakima Basin, but vegetation dryness not going to be all that impressive. So the fire start potential for this week, it's not going to be zero, but it's not going to be as high as it was for last week. Friday and beyond looking drier, also looking hotter. This week we're going to be cooler than normal, but back to seasonal stuff by this weekend. There's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Small shower chances Monday and Thursday, staying relatively cool for early August until we heat it up again this weekend. In Yakima, dry for Monday and Tuesday, but low end shower and thunderstorm chances for Wednesday and Thursday. In Ellensburg, also tracking some more unsettled weather for the middle and end of the week. The hotter, and then we get hotter and drier into the weekend. In Hermiston, mid-80s through Friday with a little chance of a shower on Thursday, back into the 90s by Saturday and Sunday. Finally, for Walla Walla, a chance of a shower or two today, maybe the potential for a thunderstorm on Thursday, then hotter and drier for the weekend.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time is 5:52. It's time for your morning sprint in our 5 o'clock hour.
Now we start with the top 5 local things that you need to know this morning. First up, the Osprey Point project in Pasco. That was meant to break ground earlier this year. We're now learning that groundbreaking might not happen until the end of the year. The company that designed the project hopes to get approval from the Port of Pasco in the next month. And if they meet the requirements, they could start sometime before the end of 2025. Construction will be done in phases and overall is expected to take about 8 to 10 years to finish.
And drivers in Pasco, listen to this. Construction along Broadmoor Boulevard and Sandifer Parkway is going to take longer than expected. Crews were supposed to wrap up last week, but lane closures are now expected to stay in place until August 23rd. Although this could change depending on progress, which we'll keep you updated on. The 51st annual Vintiques Car Show wrapped up over the weekend. This event brought in car enthusiasts from all across the region. There were more than 500 classic cars, 2,000 participants, and over 5,000 guests at the State Fairgrounds. The show featured cars 50 years and older, all competing for a number of prizes. Next year's show is already scheduled for the first weekend of August. And tomorrow is National Night Out. This is the nationwide campaign that aims to build community relationships with law enforcement. Agencies all over the country and right here in our area will be holding events. There will be music, food, games, giveaways, and much more. Richland Police will be out at Howard Amon Park from 5 to 7. Kennewick will be at the Southridge Sports and Events Complex, also from 5 to 7. Pasco will be at Chiawana Park, and West Richland at the Bombing Range Sports Complex. And both of those will be from 5 to 8 p.m.
The Walla Walla Sheriff's Office is recognizing 2 of its members for their bravery and exceptional judgment. Corporal Diaz and Deputy Hansen receiving letters of commendation and the Sheriff's Star Award. It all stems from their actions last week during the Russell Creek fire. Sheriff's Office says they knowingly placed themselves in harm's way to protect the public.
In your national headlines this morning, the all-out manhunt for the suspect in the bar shooting in Anaconda, Montana continues. Authorities have released this picture of former U.S. Army soldier Michael Paul Brown, saying this was after he killed 4 people at the Owl Bar. Officials are offering a $7,500 reward for any information that will lead to him, and he's believed to be armed and dangerous. We're also learning that all victims were local residents. One was a bartender and the others were customers.
554 in your business headlines this morning. President Trump says he plans to name a new commissioner of the Bureau of Labor Statistics, and he plans to do that in the coming days. It all comes after the president fired the previous commissioner last week after she issued July's job numbers. Trump accused her of manipulating the employment number for political purposes without providing any evidence. She had served in her role since January of last year. President Joe Biden appointed her. The Senate confirmed her nomination by an 86-8 margin. And talking sports at 5:55, the NFL's Pro Football Hall of Fame has welcomed 4 new members, and this includes former defensive end Jared Allen, former wide receiver Sterling Sharp, former cornerback Eric Allen, and former tight end Antonio Gates. Ceremony took place over the weekend in Ohio.
Trending this morning, a researcher in Australia has identified a new supersized stick insect. No.
I don't really like
just no
the way this sounds. The species was discovered in high altitudes in North Queensland. And
yeah, no.
Whoa.
Okay, so we had a fly buzzing around all last week, and so this is, it's giving me the heebie-jeebies.
No, it makes me itch.
Oh, yeah.
So it's about 40 centimeters long and weighs about 44 grams. So that's slightly less than a golf ball.
No.
Usually I try to be the contrarian and say, like, no, that's pretty cool. No, I'm with you on
No.
that's pretty
Not
chilling.
cool.
Yeah. Researchers say that it makes it one of Australia's heaviest insects. They believe the species wasn't discovered until now because its habitat is too difficult to access.
It should stay difficult to access. I should never know about this. Well, 2 specimens of the stick insect are now in the Queensland Museum. I've always wanted to go to Australia, but the more bugs I see, like they have got some gnarly looking bugs. So
there's a situation.
You know what?
Happening.
I'm happy I'm fine if I never go, because
Right?
I will get destroyed. Bugs always gravitate towards me, so like it'll find me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It probably will just
Yeah.
be in here. Will make its way.
I know. Yeah. We had the fly, so now we're gonna. Yeah.
So now the stick guy.
Oh no. I'm getting itchy.
Yep. All right, 5:56. We still have much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Coming up in our 6 o'clock hour, we're talking about the August primary elections. We are 1 day away, and there's a hot race we're keeping an eye on in Benton County. It's for Kennewick City Council. We have all the details coming up.
Plus, growing concerns about a recession with new tariffs about to take place. We have all the latest developments coming up in your 6 o'clock hour. And Josh, what are you tracking?
Yeah, we have little shower chances for today, and then a bit of a reprieve on Tuesday, but then another round of showers and thunderstorms for Wednesday and Thursday. I'll show you those chances, and I'll talk about the fire potential. That's going to be coming up on Good Morning Northwest at 6.